So, actor Terry Crews has been in the news lately for his comments about America's Got Talent. First, let me give you a bit of the backstory. Actress Gabrielle Union, who was a judge for America's Got Talent, called the show out for its lack of diversity as it pertains to gender and race. Obviously, as a judge for the show, Gabrielle was privy to the show's lack of representation. By choosing to shed light on this issue, Union was allegedly let go from the show. Her contract was not renewed. Now, not a lot of information about the situation with America's Got Talent has been released. Some things appear to still be murky, but I thought that was because there was an ongoing investigation into the situation, which was the case. Now, current host of America's Got Talent, Terry Crews, decided to offer his 2 cents on the situation, which I think was uncalled for, because there is, and I'm saying it for the upteenth time, an ongoing investigation. When asked about the America's Got Talent controversy, he stated, "First of all, I can't speak for sexism because I'm not a woman, but I can't speak on behalf of any racism comments. That was never my experience. In fact, it was the most diverse place I've ever been in my 20 years of entertainment. The top 10 acts were Asian, women, older, younger, black, white. It was everything in the gamut." Now, I found his comments to be somewhat cringy because I thought it was blatantly obvious that the issue with America's Got Talent is that it lacks true diversity and, more importantly, inclusivity behind the scenes where it really matters, whereas Terry Crews seemed to only focus on the diverse set of contestants. Like, really, bro? Inclusivity matters behind the scenes because that is where the major decisions are being made. Everyone already knows that when it comes to talent, black people and people of color are always included since they love to use this as entertainment and for their amusement and, of course, generation of revenue. Again, the problem arises when that diversity that's seen on stage is not reflected when you go behind the scenes. Come on, just look at the Oscars. The Oscars gets it wrong all the time because they have a non-diverse set of prehistoric individuals making the decisions. This is why I love when people choose to actively support Black award shows like the BET Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Anyways, back to Gabrielle Union. I just loved her tweets in response to all this tomfoolery. In one tweet, she stated, "Man, we all agreed to let the investigation be completed before speaking, but if we're doing this, oh baby, let's go." In another tweet, she wrote, "Can someone please ask about what happens to all that diversity folks are talking about behind the scenes? Like legit, where the hell is all that diversity in the production though, homie? In the decision-making ranks who control the fate of the diversity in front of the camera?" Let's also talk about where the diversity is in the hair and makeup department for contestants that does not reflect all that diversity that hits the stage. Let's Google the execs that run the show and ask follow-up about the egregious lack of diversity. Let's discuss the facts. Point blank, period, end of story. Side note, both Nick Cannon and Tyra Banks, aka former America's Got Talent host, have made comments that are for the most part, in support of Gabrielle Union. Given the fact that Terry Crews is now the current host, I really wonder what he thinks of his predecessor's comments. Now, what made this whole thing even more upsetting is the fact that when Terry Crews came out about his sexual assault at the hands of talent agent Adam Bennett, it was predominantly black women, sisters, that defended him and gave him support, Gabrielle Union being one of them. As Crews stated, and we knew, if he were to physically hit Bennett back right after he assaulted him, he would have been labeled the angry black man, a trope that arose right after the end of slavery as a fear tactic that former slave masters came up with to demonize black men. Very funny since they entrusted those same black men to take care of their children, but if you expect rationality from a racist, you will always end up being disappointed. Long story short, many of us hoped that the same courtesy would be reciprocated for Gabrielle Union, but I guess we expected too much. Now, in response to all the backlash, Terry Crews made a tweet that reads as follows: "There is only one woman on earth I have to please. Her name is Rebecca. Not my mother, my sister, my daughters, or coworkers. I will let their husbands, boyfriends, partners take care of them." So I feel like this tweet was pretty extra, and it suggests that he felt like he was being backed into a corner, and instead of taking ownership for his comments, he decided to say that the only woman he's focused on pleasing is his wife. That's pretty interesting because, well, I wish he would have kept that same energy when he decided to defend Gina Rodriguez. Anyways, the fact that he is using his wife to justify his bad behavior is not cool. Moreover, the fact that he even went so far as to exclude his mother and daughters in that tweet was pretty odd to me. Like, you do have a responsibility to take care of your daughters, my guy. Like I said, the tweet was mad extra, but I think it highlights the fact that he knows he's in the wrong. By the way, he mentioned that his wife told him not to say anything about the America's Got Talent situation since Gabrielle Union hadn't made a statement yet. But he clearly went against her wishes and commented anyways, so who exactly is he pleasing? Now, I am a fan of Terry Crews, I really am, but I hope he can get it together because this surely ain't it. Anyways, I'm just really proud of Gabrielle Union for standing up for something so important. Last month, before this Terry Crews situation even happened, Union gave some great advice to an audience. She stated, "Don't be the happy Negro that does the bidding of the status quo because you're afraid. Don't allow them to call you angry when someone else is called passionate. It's terrifying. There's a solid chance you'll lose your job. I speak from experience." End quote. The happy Negro character is one that stems from slavery times as well. Oftentimes, the happy Negro was the complacent house slave interested in protecting the interests of his white master. Clearly, while many will stay silent and indifferent just to secure a bag, others will speak up so that those that come after them will live in a better, more egalitarian world. In addition to that quote from Gabrielle Union, remember this: if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Thanks for watching.